Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode
of
Perfectionist.
I think it's the full term is Pretty Little
Liars,
Liars
Perfectionist.
Actually, it's Pretty Little Liars,
the Perfectionist. Yeah.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. Yeah. So episode 2 is where where did it end the last episode?
So in episode 1, we end up with Nolan dead, impaled on top of the fence, which is exactly how Katie said he would die. And then, of course, Mona freaks out and is like, did we do that? Talking to the mirror. And then, of course, it's revealed that the mirror she's talking to is a camera, but she's on a huge computer screen full of other images. And you realize there's some, the beacon guard is literally a vast network of, I guess, intelligence that's just kind of, I don't know what the reason is yet, but so that's where the last episode ended.
Yeah. So we're like, I guess the funeral happens.
You want me to jump in here and do the recap real quick, and then you can do the review? So 3 days later, and basically they rule out the fact that it's not a suicide, it was a murder. And of course, now we gotten better. I didn't want to just keep referring to everybody by their horrible names, or the horrible nicknames I gave everybody.
Yeah.
So Dylan, who's the gay kid.
Yeah.
Kate is the black chick. Ava, white chick. And then Jeremy is gay guy's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Shit, what is British guy?
Oh, I do not know.
Can't remember. So yeah, and then
Let's
Nolan.
call him Ren. Till we figure out what his name is.
So, but basically, where everybody's at here is now, of course, we don't know, I guess. I mean, I'm assuming they're innocent, but the main 3 kids, Kate, Dylan, and Ava, they're trying to be like, hey, we didn't do it. And of course, initially, Ava's kind of withdrawn from the rest of them because, even though the guy kind of did her wrong, she still loved Nolan. And, of course, when she saw that he was impaled, she broke down, started crying. And, of course, the fact that he died the same way Katie said she wished he'd die left a lot of distrust between her and the other 2.
And
now,
she's just been, like, drinking.
Yeah, she's deeply getting herself involved in the alcohol. Now, while all this is going on, Dylan and Katie do kind of make a pact right off the bat. Yeah. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. Because they know that, they're pretty sure that neither one of them did it. And they're just trying to, basically, they realize they have to keep up the whole charade, though, pretending to be, A, his friend, B, his girlfriend, just because...
They have a secret out.
Yeah. And so... They're hoping to regain some sort of the secrets, because like literally Nolan had a secret stash where he kept his drugs, but they also feel like he may have kept laptops or phone or files, something,
or like pictures or something
that was basically pertaining to Katie's mom having the affair on her wife, and then Dylan cheating with Nolan. But then, of course, it's funny because when Ava tells them about this, they're just like, you want to help us? She's like, no, these aren't my secrets. And they go, you better hope you have no secrets, because if you do, it may be there too, and you'll be with us. I think she does have secrets. Yeah. I think her dad, who is missing right now...
She knows where he's at.
Yeah, she's claiming she has no idea where he's at, but I'm like, that's BS. She knows exactly where he's at. Because I'm like, criminals, even like, in a family... even if you don't agree with what your parents' criminal activities are, they give you a contingency plan. Like, if I ever get, pinched, here's what you do. And there's no way, like, they didn't give her the instructions, like, listen, if I gotta flee the country, here's... Because she knew where the money was at. It was in a hidden compartment in episode 1, and she was able to pop it open. She had a whole duffel bag full of money, so she knew where that was at. Yeah. So there's no way she doesn't know where her dad's at.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's kind of their story. Now, Mona has completely went batshit crazy.
Yeah.
She's feeling that because of her involvement, because you find out that she was putting together a system, a code.
Like a math kind of...
To figure out an equation to figure out which student would have, like, what their breaking point would be, or how far it'd take to get a student to their breaking point. And she feels that the data that she was giving up pushed a student to kill Nolan.
Yeah.
And she feels really bad about it. Now, Allie, on the other hand, she's kind of free and clear until she gets a text. Now, I misunderstood the text initially. I thought she received the text immediately and it was someone fucking with her, because it's a text from Nolan saying, hey, meet me on the roof where he died. But apparently the text was supposed to be sent to her right before he died, meaning it looks like that's the last text that was sent out. There was a big power outage, and there's a good 15-20 minutes of just darkness, so beacon guard is down. So no one really knows where anybody was at during that time. I know, it's convenient. So anyways, Mona's telling Allie, you know what, you can come up with your alibi now, just say, make up something, because at this point they can't prove or disprove it. Of course, Allie's initially like, let's just go to the police. But then, once again, what's it going to look like when she has...
Like she murdered him.
Exactly. So, that's kind of their story going on. Now, everybody else, we kind of get Jeremy and Dylan, which I still think, week 2, I'm still putting my eggs in the Jeremy's the killer basket, just because, just the way he acts, I don't know. It just seems like, he was just like, well, hey, what's wrong? He's dead. You don't have to do his homework anymore. Like, he just seems like, I don't know. He knows more than he's letting on, but he's not that good at hiding it, so...
And then there's an investigator.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to it. And then Katie is still dating her British guy, but they have to do it secretly, because once again, you have to assume that she would be heartbroken. And of course, she's not. She's actually kind of relieved and happy that, Nolan's dead. She hates the fact that, he was murdered and that it can come back on them. But in the end, she is happy that he's gone. So it's one of those things where she can't just go out and openly be with her British boyfriend, because they're going to be like, well, wait a minute. That's fast. Huh. And they would turn on her. So they have to go to the funeral. And of course, it's the three of them going together. British guy's there to kind of support, his girlfriend. And of course, Mona and Allie are there.
Yeah.
Now, a new guy shows up named Mason. And you find out that this guy used to be a friend of Nolan's, but they kind of fell apart. They drifted away. And then he used to also date Katie. Now, here's my theory. I think, I've never read the books. You said you read, but you don't remember, right?
No, I don't remember.
I never read the book, but this is my theory, is I'm going to bet the reason why him and Nolan drifted away was because when he was dating Katie, Nolan was probably dating Ava. Thing is, his mom doesn't like Ava. Made it very clear, you do not date her, and we don't like her family, so I'll bet you...
Her family's trouble.
Yeah. So I'm betting that he was like, fine, I have to get a girlfriend to pretend like it's my girl, so that way my mom is on my back, and just basically took Mason's girlfriend, which was Katie, and I'll bet he was the reason that kind of wedged between it. Anyways, Mason shows up, and he's suspicious as all hell. Like, every scene he's in, he's just saying shit that just like, ooh, I'm probably the killer. And I'm just like, you're not the killer. You're a red herring. Who was the guy that killed Maya? Was it Nate?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Nate, and I'm not just saying because he's black. I'm just saying... The character comes out of nowhere and is just suspicious and guilty as hell. Guess what? You're not it. You're not the killer. I mean, he may be behind something.
He's like,
but he's not the killer of Nolan.
I was talking to, what was it, like Ava or the black girl?
Katie. Her name's Katie.
Well, Katie.
I'm trying to get away from stereotyping these characters, and you're just making worse.
Katie, he's like, I could be your
alibi. And she's like, why would you say that? He's like, well, we all need an alibi. Like I said, the shit he says is so cryptic and suspicious and suspect, but it's like, it's not him, I'll tell you right now. So then, like Angel said, sorry, I had an itch on my inner ear there. Like Angel was saying, now there is an investigator. Now, in episode 1, there's an FBI agent who was tracking down Ava's dad. But then she shows up here, and apparently now she's the new...
Tanner.
Well, right? Yeah. But she's the new head of Beacon Security. Yeah. And she's the one investigating this whole thing. And of course, she's coming down on everybody, and she's butting her. She is like Tanner. The thing is, though, with Tanner, I always felt like, even though I hated Tanner because she's trying to bring down my liars, I never felt like Tanner was bad. I always kind of felt like she was just doing her job. She's a bit of a bitch. But she was trying to get to the bottom of the case like everybody else. Unfortunately, it's like, the liars were suspects, so she's going through them. And so, I don't know. With this girl, though, I don't get the vibe that she's just doing her job. There's something a little bit more evil and off-putting about her, I think.
Yeah, and then she talks to like Allison in her house or whatever.
Yeah. No, that was her mom.
Oh.
And Allison, when she came home and she was drunk?
No, I was talking about the Tanner. She was like at her house talking or something.
Not in her house, is at the coffee shop.
Oh, it's a coffee shop.
This is why I do recap and you just chime in. My God. Anyways, so yeah, she's kind of going through the suspects. Now, as Mona's going batshit crazy, there is a scene. Now, we disagree on this scene, but I stand by my theory. There's a scene where, as everything kind of get dark, Mona pulls her phone out and she calls up Hannah. And now, of course, because the actresses didn't return, it's like, all she did is kind of, talking. You don't hear the other side of it, but she just says, oh, you and Caleb are expecting your first child? Oh, my God. Oh, you mean Spencer and Toby eloped? Oh, that's it's insane and crazy. And I'm thinking, she's not talking to anybody. I will guarantee it, this bitch is just crazy. And here's my theory, is that she, overall in the series, yes, she's crazy. Yes, she's manipulative. And yes, she's a mastermind. But, with the exception of her first run as A, once she gets busted and put in the nut house, from there on out, does she look suspicious? Always. But when you find out the final twist, you realize that Mona was never intending to hurt anybody else. She always protected the liars. Whether they trusted her or not, she always did what was good for the liars.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, even at the end, when she captured Mary and Alex Drake, it was to protect Hannah and the other girls.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's doing in Beacon Hill University.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm thinking, is that she gets recruited because I think they're purposely recruiting people who are off or have a traumatic history just so they can kind of get away with it. And I'll get to more on that in a second. But here's what I'm thinking, is she was recruited because of her past. Mona recruits Allie for the same reason, drags her into the game. Now, I think Mona maybe thought she was trying to help people. Maybe. Or maybe she thought she was playing her game. But when she realized that it went too far and someone died, she snapped.
Yeah.
She looks into the camera and she goes, "Did we do this?" And the woman says, "Go to your safe place." Now, I honestly thought she meant initially go to your house, go to a safe place. I'll get more on that in a second. But here, Mona fucking goes crazy. And when Allison sees her, she's in her dark place. And she's literally writing this, equation. She's trying to figure it out. To the point that the only way that Allison can get through to her is by slapping the shit out of her mouth. Like, I mean, I'm talking, she came down that shit. She showed her pimp hand.
She showed her old Allison.
Came down hard, slapped the shit out of her. And even then, she didn't quite come back. And she just kind of like, oh, we got pie now. Allison leaves. She even says, like, listen, I'm not going to quote it word for word, but basically, I am worried about you. I want us to be friends. I'm tired of this frenemy bullshit. We're on the same side. I need you. But Mona's gone, and I think to her, it's so dark. The only thing that keeps her going, and the only happy time she has, was when her and Hannah were friends. Like, once Allison disappeared, her and Mona and Hannah rose as the queen bees. And it wasn't until, and then of course when the liars kind of took Hannah away, Mona felt threatened. But to Mona, the happiest time was her and Hannah. And so I think when she gets her phone out, in her mind she's like, I need my girl. Oh, Hannah, great, I can hear you talking to me. She's not talking to her. What? You're pregnant? That's great. It's all the happiest fucking news it could possibly be. It's like in her mind she wrote a happily ever after.
She had the kid already.
I'm just saying she's not talking to anybody on the phone right there. Anyways, beyond that, as she's on the phone, like, oh my God, I think, boom, nothing there. Now, here's the other thing. And I got credit, this was a coworker of mine watching the show too, and we was talking about it. And she went a step further with it, and it makes sense, is go to your safe place, is something like a therapist would say to you. And I think that's what it is that the lady, now I'm not talking about the dean, Nolan and Taylor's mom. I'm talking about the girl who was on the other side of that, command center whenever Mona talking to the computer, and she's like, go to your safe place. I think this bitch is a therapist who's recruiting damaged people, so that they could do what she says. She knows how to manipulate damaged people. So when she says, go to your safe place, it's almost just like, listen, yes, things are getting out of control and people are dying, but don't worry about it. Go to your safe place. What I tell you, go to your safe place. We got this. And I think that's honestly what it is. So yeah, that's kind of the whole thing there with Mona. Allison goes home, and Nolan and Taylor's mom's there. You gotta remember now. I don't know
like
how
late at night, she hears like a noise and
late at night, and of course she's drunk as shit, and she's just talking to Allison, and she pretty much just says what we already knew. Like, you know, the reason she hired her and brought her onto the staff was because of her past. She was willing to do anything to rise above where she came from, and then of course she's just like, you know what, you're here to help the kids. Do it, because she's already lost a daughter, which she thinks, you know, once again, we know the daughter's still alive, but she's like, I lost my daughter, I lost my son, and she even kind of says, like, you know, she pushed him too far, and she loved him, but she never quite told him that, or told him that she was proud of him, and they may never know that now because they're dead. So that was kind of a, once again, I think the mom isn't evil. I think they're all definitely painter sinister, but I think she is kind of in this, like, she's pushing her kids. She wants what's best for them. And like any, you know, annoying mother who just like, you will date who I say. I think she is that way, but I don't think it's coming from a place of hate. And I think, honestly, whoever's running Beacon Guard, like that shadowy group, I think she was following them because she thought it'd be, you know, she bought into it like, yes, it's going to be safer if we surveillance the entire campus. My kids will be safe. And I think that's where it's coming from more than anything else. But anyways, so that's that. The episode ends. Oh wait, I forgot the crazy part was when they're having this candlelight vigil, and it's a memorial thing for Nolan and kind of a funeral thing, but they're all there. What did the person say to him? Because they're all talking about the situation. And of course, once again, Ava is not really buying Dylan and Katie right now. But
something about like, we know what you did or something.
Something like that. But a voice comes out of nowhere, sinister, scary. We know what you did, or whatever. And of course, you look around. Now I'm not gonna lie, awesome scene. Because it really was like, holy shit! Like, you know, I wasn't expecting that. But then I was thinking about the logistics of it. I was like, how did no one else hear that?
Yeah.
Not one person was just like, wait, what'd you say? Huh? No, I heard something. Yeah, you three heard it too? Yeah, I heard it too. What was that? Who fucking said that? And like, no one else is like, yeah, I heard it too. No, like this person was just like, I know what you did, haha, and it runs away, and it's like, did no one think like, hey, you guys see Jimmy? He just like said something funny and ran away. Yeah, no, it's Jimmy. Yeah. No, it was, Jimmy, that guy, a weird looking guy, yeah. He just ran away. Well, it was just like, really? Like, it's a little much.
I kind of like the ending, but I don't get like why Allison would have done.
Well, so here's the thing. Okay, so that crazy thing happens, and then they try to make up with Ava, Katie, and Dylan.
Yeah.
And of course, Dylan has his boyfriend, so does Katie. But then Ava's like, I have no one. And I was like, well, the two kids should be like, you have us, but they don't say anything, and so Ava goes back home and gets plastered or whatever. But then at middle of the night, she gets a text from both of them, or a voicemail, I can't remember, one or the other, but basically it's both of them just saying,
like, we're here for you.
Yeah, and we, you need us, we're here.
We'll do anything or something like that.
The next day, because the 3 days that, have passed, school has been out the entire time.
Yeah,
but now,
the funeral.
Yeah, the funeral, just the fact that it's a tragedy and a murder on campus, they shut down classes. But the first day that they're back in Allie's classroom, and of course she texts both of them saying, thank you, for last night. So you get the idea that they got a bond now. They're trusting each other, and they realize, okay, we're who we have. Well, as Allison's trying to teach the class, in comes, is their name Booker?
Yeah.
Okay, so Booker, the Tanner, type cop. Yeah. Booker comes in and is just like, I need to see those 3 students. Pulls them out. And of course, the whole time she's trying to where are you guys at this time? Well, then Allison comes out and was just like, oh, they were with me at my house. And right there, and of course they all agree with it. So now you got these 4 people who have lied to give themselves an alibi. Because once again, those 3 were close to the scene of the crime, jokingly talking about they wish you die. Allison's missing, but now she has a text that was sent to her that puts her at the scene of the crime.
And she felt like that Tanner lookalike a bitch or something like that.
Oh, Allison definitely went back to OG Allie for sure. So, but anyways, so when she kind of tells Booker like, oh, we were all together, you can tell Booker's not buying it, but she has nothing to go on. And so she just kind of says, whatever, and she leaves. And then, of course, Allison's like, bring it on, bitch. And I'm just like, ooh. But Booker wasn't even that far away when she said that, so I'm like, she had to hear that, But anyways, to answer your question, Allison needed an alibi.
Yeah.
Once again, we've watched Liars for years. We know how bad it is when you keep digging a hole with more lies. You're just going to end up fucking yourself in the end. But she needed an alibi. The 3 kids needed an alibi. And she keeps trying to gain their trust. At this point, they're not trusting her. And this is the first time where she took a step to him, like, listen, I lied to keep you guys safe. Now it's like, okay, we gotta trust each other. But see, now they're all in the same boat.
Or basically was trying to avoid, like, Allison, like, the whole...
Yeah, they're just trying to get... Well, because she's a teacher. I mean, you gotta remember, look back at the old...
counselor.
Yeah, look back at the old school PLL. They never trusted adults, hardly. No. Except for that pedophile Ezra. Fuck Ezra, no, I don't like him. Anyways,
I love Ezra.
Of course you do. You're all about pedophilia, so...
No,
anyways, you're about pedophilia. Anyways, so no, she's in the same boat now, and she literally put herself out there with the kids. So now they have no choice but to trust her, because once again, it's like, she put her neck on the line for us, so that's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
There was no big punch-out. With every PLL episode, it'd always end
like
with, here's what A's doing. Like, while they're doing something, A's putting together a doll, or she's cutting up a puzzle, or whatever the fucking case was. And last time we had the big punch out with, the reveal of Beacon Hill, or Beacon Guards Command Center. Here we get no punch out. It was just the Allison, bring it on, bitch, and that was kind of the end of it. So yeah, that was the episode rundown. Sweetie, what did you think of the episode?
I liked it. And I think it's like more interesting than the first episode was. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next.
No, absolutely. So, like, what was some things you really liked about it? What was some things you didn't?
Kind of like the way
review.
Allie helped the kids out at the end, and oh yeah, we forgot to mention that she, to look through like paperwork or something, or the letters that they're supposed to write about like the murder.
Everybody wrote these reports about the and then there was none story.
Yeah,
Agatha Christie.
How would you like murder someone and get away with it?
Well, no. Why do you think murder could be justified? But basically, Booker's like, I want to see all those reports. And of course, once again, Allie was smart enough to realize that Dylan was doing 2 or 3 different people's homework. So it's like, Booker's going to figure that out.
She's like, do you got a warrant? She's like, I don't need one.
Yeah, I don't need one because it's all considered campus security, and you have to comply with. Yeah, you got to comply with the colleges. So, for me, I'll be honest with you, this episode wasn't as good as the first episode, but, and I will say again, just like the first episode, like, even though this time I know who some of the characters are, I just don't care much about these new kids. In the first half, I was just bored. I don't care about, this ain't homophobia, so everybody, put a bud in that shit right now, or nip that shit in the bud. But it was just like, I don't care about the 2 guys, their relationship. It's just like, his whole secret is just like, I don't want you to find out I cheated on you. It's like, bitch, the other woman, or the other girl, is afraid that her mom's going to lose her job as a senator, and your whole secret is like, I cheated on my boyfriend one time? Dude, grow the fuck up. Don't matter. Grow the fuck up. Seriously, you'd be like, yeah, guess what? I sucked his dick. Woo. No, literally, and that's what's going to be irritating is when it turns out to be Jeremy as the killer. It's just going to be like, this could have been avoided.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. But like, the girl and the British guy and everything I don't care about, I'm like, there's a way around that. Just separate for a good couple months or something like that, and then just be like, I'm moving on my life, and British guy showed up. It just seems like, I don't know, this is all just, it's unnecessary melodrama to pad the time. Mason being added to the mix.
Most of it's like just filler.
Oh, it's absolutely filler. It's filler to the brim. Mason.
Most of the episodes like a filler episode.
And Mason was just kind of unnecessary, but I get it. All of us, former PLL, fans of the show, we know what it's like when a new character gets introduced and we're just kind of like, fuck that guy, we don't trust him. But then you realize, like, they were literally just added to try to throw you off the scent. Like, nobody who's ever added amounts to anything. And, I don't know, to me, I'm just kind of like, Mason's going to be a non-factor. I'm sure his storyline will intertwine with this, but in the end, he didn't do anything. I can tell you that right now. I do like the fact that there is someone who's kind of going A with this. Once again, when Dylan went to go to the greenhouse to try to recover the files or whatever, there's a note from somebody. Now, they didn't sign it or anything, but the note was from, somebody who was like, sorry, we got what you're looking for, and you've been a naughty boy or something like that. And so anyways, someone knows, and then, of course, the creepy whisper at the vigil proves that this person's playing an A-type game, and I like that. But yeah, there's a lot of the extra shit I can do with that. I don't care about the mom being drunk and whining about her 2 kids. To me, the main story was...
Well, I figured since it was my daughter's house.
Yeah, I can just break in here, no problem. It's like, fuck off. The only thing I really liked in this episode was Allison and Mona and their storyline. And then once again, once it kind of picks up in the gear, it literally took about half episode before I actually start caring again. But like once... I guess they discovered the note and that shit's missing. That's when it started picking up for me. And then the candlelight vigil, and then of course Booker trying to bring him down. It's familiar territory, yes, but at the same time it was interesting. And then it kind of had a pretty strong ending. I mean, it has good imagery. I will say that, like the scene of them walking. Goddamn, sorry, we ate burritos just like literally a half hour ago, and I had like indigestion like a motherfucker right now. But anyways, the imagery of them walking in slow motion past or during the funeral was iconic. That was like something straight out of PLL, just that action shot of all the the main characters walking. I like that, but at the same time, it just seems like I don't know. I don't think this is quite on par with PLL just yet. I think there's little things they can do. There's no cool opening. There's no intro credits. PLL has such an iconic opening. And it's like, this one has nothing. This has, like, they literally will just show college campus and they play a cover of the PLL song.
Yeah.
And it's just like a quick 20-second bit, and then we just move on to the show. I'm like...
I kind of think that if they need to, like, talk to the 3 kids, why not just have them go to, like, the police station?
Well, she's not a cop, remember? They're security. They're taking care of it internally. That's another thing, though. I was just kind of like, how are the cops not involved in this? But... it's a show. It's remember Rosewood PD was like the worst fucking cops in the world. Like they sucked at their job. So in this world of PLL, the cops are just a joke anyway. So you're like, what? A kid was killed, but your campus security's taking care of it? Good. I didn't want to deal with it anyways. We're going back to the shop, get some donuts. Woo! Not taking care of shit. So yeah, it is just kind of like I don't know. But yeah, episode overall, I'm giving it one of these. It was decent. I'm still sticking with it. I want to see where it goes. I want to know who killed Nolan.
Yeah, come back next Wednesday.
Jesus Christ, I was like mid-sentence. You're like, oh, we're going to wrap this up right now.
It's almost 30 minutes.
Fuck them. They'll watch it. If they're still watching right now, don't fuck them. I love you guys. Fuck the ones you already...
If you're still sticking through the end, put like...
Say fuck you, Daniel.
No,
Fuck you, Daniel. Say fuck you. But no,
a red heart.
Anyways, yeah, I'm sticking around. I want to see it, and I think the show has potential to be good. But right now, I mean, it's going to suffer from that comparison. Every spinoff, you're always going to compare it to the original, and it's hard for a spinoff to really break out on its own. And I don't think as of right now, this show is not broken off on its own. It's still
the third spinoff.
Second spinoff.
Third. Ravenswood.
That's one spinoff.
And then this and that.
This is the second spinoff.
Yeah. Oh.
You don't count PLL as a spinoff. That's the original show. Anyways, so yeah, let us know if you guys are watching it, what you guys think. Drop those comments down below.
And what's your...
who do you think is the killers right now?
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. Every week we'll ask you guys who you think the killer is. I still think Jeremy. That's 2 weeks in a row I'm thinking Jeremy.
I kind of think it's the mom for some reason. Like, I don't know, like... she's like...
I was voting Allison every single episode last year. And I was wrong. I was dead wrong. So
that and the what's the gay kid's boyfriend name? Jeremy.
I just said that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's like
wow.
Jeremy.
See, I'm trying to keep their names. You're just like, I keep saying gay dude. This is 2019. They will get upset. They will get upset.
Well, I love you.
Gay guy.
All the
gay guys.
LGBTQ.
Too many initials. Just gay community. It's alright.
No.
Anyways. So yeah, that's it. So comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Blah, 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 blah.
Come back next Wednesday for episode 3. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. Next Wednesday. I know this kind of Wednesday this is when it's posting, then the next week is.
I just like how I'll just say one thing and it throws you off completely.
Yeah.
It's great.
So yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.